In 2018, in the quiet, sunlit suburbs of Maple Hollow, 7-year-old Emily Carter vanished from her own living room during a normal Saturday afternoon while playing with her electronic learning tablet. Surrounded by crayons, plush toys, and a sketchpad she never went anywhere without, as her mother, Laura, stepped into the kitchen just 2 rooms away to take banana bread out of the oven, barely gone 5 minutes. When she returned, the TV was still on, the tablet screen still lit, her daughter's juice box half finished on the carpet. But Emily was gone, with no open doors, no broken windows, no forced entry, no signs of struggle, no sound, no clue, and no trace. Her older brother Jacob had been upstairs playing video games with headphones on and heard nothing. And even their golden retriever, Max, known to bark at passing squirrels, hadn't made a sound. Laura screamed for hours. Police were called, search teams dispatched, Amber Alerts issued. But after days of searching every room, crawl space, and sewer within a 10-mile radius, there was still nothing. And the case quickly became one of the most chilling modern child disappearances, baffling both local authorities and federal investigators, as security footage from the exterior showed no one entering or leaving during the time frame. Not even Emily. Laura was questioned, cleared, then quietly pitted by neighbors who began whispering stories of psychosis or family secrets. And in desperation, she reached out to every resource, parapsychologists, missing persons experts, even psychics. Anything to explain how her daughter could simply vanish from inside their own home. Years passed. The case went cold. The media forgot, and Jacob went off to college. But Laura never moved, never touched Emily's room, kept her toys exactly where she left them. Until 5 years later, in the fall of 2023. While cleaning out a toy chest that hadn't been opened since the week Emily vanished, Laura discovered an old magnetic sketchboard wedged behind a stack of plush animals, one of those simple drawing pads children use to scribble stick figures and letters, and what she saw made her knees buckle. The board displayed a crude drawing of 2 figures, a small girl holding hands with a tall, looming man, and above them, in shaky block letters, were the words Uncle Gary, though Emily had no uncle by that name. Stunned, Laura checked the back of the board, expecting a prank, only to find faint, childlike etchings carved into the plastic. He told me not to tell you he lives in the dark part of the house, and over the next several nights, Laura began hearing things again. Soft thumps from inside the walls, toys rearranged in patterns she didn't make, and faint humming in the vents that matched the lullaby she used to sing to Emily. Desperate, she had thermal scans done of the house and discovered an anomaly in the basement. A hollow space between walls that shouldn't have existed. A cold zone with no architectural explanation. When specialists opened the drywall, they uncovered a narrow tunnel, only big enough for a child, leading to a hidden chamber lined with newspaper clippings, candy wrappers from 2018, a mattress, and several of Emily's drawings taped to the wall, showing terrifying, twisted versions of the same man. Tall, bald, smiling with too many teeth, labeled Uncle Gary again and again. Forensic analysis of fingerprints found in the space returned a match to Emily, confirming she had indeed been inside the house all along, and yet no sign of her current location was present, until investigators found a small, tattered diary buried under the mattress, pages filled with increasingly frantic scribbles where Emily wrote of hearing her name whispered from the shadows, of being told by Uncle Gary that her family forgot her, and that she needed to stay quiet or he would take Mom too. And the final chilling line read, "He says I'm his now. He wears Dad's face sometimes. I don't think he's pretending anymore." As media descended and officials scrambled to explain what they'd found, a retired FBI profiler reviewed the case and publicly stated that this could not have been the work of a human abductor. There was no physical way someone could have built or maintained that space without being noticed for years, and no trace of outside DNA was found. Only Emily's and something else, something described only as non-human organic matter, and Laura, unable to cope with what she might have unknowingly lived beside, was placed under psychiatric care after neighbors reported her standing in Emily's room late at night, whispering to the stuffed animals as if they were speaking back. The case remains unsolved, The tunnel has since collapsed mysteriously overnight with no seismic activity to explain it. And now, those who visit the Carter home say they still hear scratching beneath the floorboards and laughter in the vents. And the sketchboard remains on display at the local police archive, where officers claim it continues to change, sometimes showing only the words "still here" written over and over in a child's handwriting.